went to Porsche Centre in Stockport, which is in the northwest of England. Well, they had an event to launch the new car, the GTS, the Porsche 992.2 GTS. So they had an event. I like this because what they used to do is they used to have these evening events where you'd go, and we did a video on one actually when I relaunched this channel. When I relaunched this channel last year, I posted a video from Porsche Wilmslow where we went to the event for the launch of the new Panamera, I think it was. And it was done in the traditional sense. You know, they invite you, it's in the evening, they have like music and canopies and drinks and stuff, and then everyone sort of mills around with music playing, and then they have an announcement and stuff. And to be honest, it's kind of old-fashioned. So Stockport did it differently. They had it on a Saturday afternoon, like a cars and coffee. They had coffee there, they had little treats and stuff to eat. And then they had a pizza place outside, and then a group of people arrived, like myself, you know, and then they had the new GTS inside. Now, to be honest, it's not for me. This car, no, I'm not interested in any new cars now. All of the technology they're putting into new cars now puts me off. I don't like I don't like the way the car is effectively connected to the internet all the time, gathering all this data about you and stuff. I don't like it. One of the reasons why I like the Spider is because it's still gathering data, but not in the same way. It's not constantly talking. Like, my wife has a electric car, which I haven't really mentioned at all on the channel, to be honest, and it sends emails saying you've done this many miles and there's no problems with your car, and you can't turn it off. At least I can't find a way to turn it off. Like, so somebody at Fiat knows exactly how many miles the car's done, you know, what condition it's in, without me doing anything, like without me telling them anything. And I just really, I really rubs me up the wrong way. I can't deal with it. So anyway, the GTS was launched. It's a hybrid car, not in the sense of that you can drive an electric. They've hybridized the turbochargers to make it faster. Yeah, there's a small battery, almost like the size of a traditional car battery. It helps the turbo to spool up faster, fills that space where as the turbo spools, it fills it with power. And the thing I don't like about the new 911s is they're so big. It's like driving the Macan. It feels as big as the Macan, which is crazy. So that's the reason why I don't like them. Usually, inside, they sprinkle it with some fancy cars, you know. Like last time I went, they had like a GT2 RS inside, and they were probably customer cars, but they had them inside there, and you could walk around and look at them. But they didn't really have that this time. It was just like a normal dealership with the GTS inside. But outside, now that was a different story. Some of the cars outside were really stunning. And interesting for me, most of the older cars are the ones I was drawn to. So I'll show you some of the B-roll. I'm sure I've been showing you it already, but you know, you had the Bad Boys 964 Turbo, the 3.6, and it was even in Bad Boys colours, the black with the chrome wheels. That's like the car that was in the first Bad Boys in 1995. Right next to it, there was a 3.3 turbo there. And then, but it was parked right next to a brand new 992 GT3 RS, and it was huge in comparison. I got some footage of that car as well. There was two GT3 RSs there. Now, interestingly, you know I love a black car, right? I've got two black cars. My 911 is black with gold, and my Spider is black with black wheels, right? But having looked at these two GT3 RSs, I don't think black suits it as well as the gunmetal grey, or that's not what they call it. There's a dark grey that GT silver, I think it is actually, is what Porsche call it. Which there was two cars there, and that looked so much better in it. It contrasted the carbon and the other colours on the car, you know. So yeah, it's interesting how some colours don't suit some cars. The old GT3 RS looked great in black with gold wheels, but this one I just don't think it suits it as well. As you may end up, obviously it's subjective to colours of cars and stuff. But other cars that were there, there were some really nice older cars there. The 944. There was a 944 convertible which I didn't actually film, And then in the dealership upstairs, there was a white 997 GT2, which has come over from Wilmslow, actually. I saw it in Wilmslow. I actually put it in a video a while ago. But yeah, some absolutely stunning Porsches there. And unfortunately, it was kind of a short-lived event. By the time I got there, it was meant to be 12 till 4. I got there at 1, I think. I think I got there at 1 or 1:15, and people were already thinning out. I bumped into somebody I know, and he said, "Oh, it was better earlier." And I said, "Well, I just got here. It's only been going for an hour, but most people had already left apparently." But the car parks were quite full when I got there. But there were some really stunning cars there, 968s, and yeah, some really stunning Porsches. So it was good fun. As nice as the new cars are, and as good as they look, which is questionable actually. I don't like the vanes on the front of the new GTS. They're active aero. They open and close when it gets heated and stuff. I don't like the look of that from the front. Now, speaking of cars, new cars, potential new cars, the 356 Speedster I went to look at. I spoke to the guy a number of times via email. I never spoke to him on the phone, and he's adamant that I cannot drive this car. Which is, I mean, I've never experienced somebody refusing to let me drive a car before. And then I told him. He said you should have brought someone with you to look at the car. I said I got that lined up. That's not the problem. I said that I've got somebody lined up to pick the car up with the trailer. The guy who built my 911, Tech 9, Phil from Tech 9. I had him lined up. He quoted me a price and everything. I said that's not the problem. He can't tell me what it's like to drive. You know, whether I can get my legs in there properly or not. He can't tell me that. I need to know that for myself. He wouldn't let me drive it, so I haven't officially told him that I'm not buying it, but he asked me on Friday. Like his reply was to me is, "Oh, good. Let me know how you're going to pay, and then tell me when you're picking her up." Some of the things that I thought I had more time to think about it, how it felt when I got in. It was so cold and everything was so hard. There was nothing in there soft to touch, and that was my initial gut feeling was, oh, you know, it is not nice to sit. When I sit in my cars, you get surrounded by those bucket seats, and everything you touch is either leather or Alcantara. And I decided, as beautiful as it is, and if I had the money, I would buy that thing. And I put that in my living room, and I would just stare at it because it is absolutely stunning. But I don't have that kind of money, so yeah, I'm not buying that car. So just to let you know, thanks for watching, guys. If you made it through to the end, then you get 10 points. All right, okay, bye bye. BMC high performance air filters. Underpass here.